Hello from Google I/O. My name is Brandon Duncan and I'm the Director of Engineering at LinkedIn.
So do you want to talk about what are your favorite OpenSocial 0.9 features?
Sure. So we recently upgraded to OpenSocial 0.9 for our container on LinkedIn, and there's a lot of interesting new features, but I think the one that really excites me the most is data pipelining. This is going to allow us to create very performant applications because we're going to be able to provide the third-party partner with exactly the data that they need to render the view that they're going to present to the user. We do that all in one shot, so there's not a lot of network traffic going between our data centers. This is going to provide our users with the best experience on our site, hopefully to the point where they can't tell the difference between what's natively the LinkedIn website and what's third-party applications being served through OpenSocial. So LinkedIn is the world's largest professional networking site. We've been around for about 6 years and we have 41 million members. We recently, in the last year, implemented an application platform based on OpenSocial technology. And we've done this because we want to be able to tap into the wider developer community so that they can provide our users with innovative new features, as well as we recognize the fact that professionals in different geographic locations may want to have features that tailor specifically to the way they do business. And this, again, the platform allows us to take advantage of all these developers who understand those local markets and can build professional applications that appeal to people in those markets.
And as developers, what are some of the worst stories and lessons you learned from the technical challenge of using the product?
So we've got a lot of interesting stories. I think one that I won't forget for a long time is we actually wanted to make we've been very focused on performance for our OpenSocial platform. And we had, when we initially launched, we were actually creating the iframes that hosted the third-party applications dynamically using JavaScript. We wanted to move to more of a static model, and we did that, and we actually increased performance quite a bit, but it turned out the day before we were about to release this, we realized that it wasn't working in Internet Explorer. So it just, reiterated to us the fact that even today you have to deal with cross-browser compatibility issues, especially with a technology like OpenSocial, which is so heavily based on JavaScript, which, there's obviously quirks with the different browsers. So that definitely taught us, you don't want to spend 3 in the morning the night before you're releasing code trying to debug things in Firebug and using other tools. But, we got through that, but it definitely made me recognize that in the future, as more browsers start to leverage things like HTML5, we're going to hopefully be able to standardize on a particular method for doing cross-iframe communications, which is one of the big stumbling blocks, I guess I would say, in terms of the technology.
So on containers, what's your favorite app on your site?
Yeah, so in terms of my favorite application, I would have to say that that's the company Buzz application. I think that's the only one that I actually use pretty much every single day. It's really great because it's essentially, it takes all the tweets that people are saying about LinkedIn or any other company that I might be interested in, and it gives me that in a nice filtered view. So I can see what are the trends. Are more people twittering about my company today than yesterday? Are they positive or negative? And I've actually found some interesting, users have reported bugs, and I've found out about new features that people want simply by watching company Buzz.
People are always worried about security. How are you implemented your security model?
Well, I think even more so at LinkedIn, our users are very keen on making sure that their private data stays private, because we've got people who they don't want to get spammed and don't necessarily want to be contacted. So when we built this application platform, we were very concerned about, does the OpenSocial standard provide for the rich set of APIs that we want to provide, but at the same time allow us to control and make sure that partners aren't abusing our system. So for us, the knowledge that partners are going to be authenticating with us using well-known standards like OAuth, war-tested technologies, and the fact that the OpenSocial APIs allow us to provide the partners back with a very granular set of fields. So if a particular user said, I don't want my previous companies being shown on my profile, we can actually hide that, and so when the developer asks us for this person's profile, we won't include those, and the standard allows us to do those things.
How are business-focused users taking advantage of the social app?
Well, being a professional network, we want to provide the everyday professional with a reason to come to LinkedIn and to actually get something valuable out of it. So take for example the Amazon book reading application. A lot of people use Amazon, and the type of reviews and information that you can find about books on Amazon, very valuable. It helps you make purchasing decisions as a consumer. But when you combine that with the social graph that LinkedIn provides and the information that we know about people, now you can do really interesting things. Like, for example, I might be a software engineer. It would be very useful for me to know what are the books that senior software engineers or architects are reading right now. Or if I'm in the real estate industry, what are other real estate professionals reading? So rather than just seeing reviews from a random cross-section of the population like I might see on Amazon, you're actually able to get more valuable information when you combine that with the social graph, and OpenSocial is the technology that allows us to do that.
Great, Brandon, we want to thank you for your time today, and we wish you well.
Sure. Thank you.